Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be walking you through the fix of this KTM 250 XCF. At the last race, as you can see, I landed on a jump and the bike bogged out and shut off on me mid-race.
Oh my god. I was so close to finishing the race. Yeah, I mean,
actually, dude, honestly, just take my bike and go finish.
Will you let me?
Yeah, fucking.
Alright, dude, I'll meet you back right here. Shout out to him. He's actually a good dude. He just saved me. Oh my god. Whew. Yeah, so. Oh. Damn.
I did reach out to the scoring committee of Netra just to let them know that I finished the race on somebody else's bike because I didn't really feel like morally right doing that and not letting anybody know. So I told them, and hopefully if it's a problem, they'll situate it and hopefully they won't. So, as you can see clearly, there's 0 volts on the battery. Picked up the new battery today. We're gonna try this out and hopefully this fixes the bike. Went with the slightly more expensive one, which is supposed to start a little faster. I just wanted to get it to warm up a little bit and then I want to try it again and see if it starts faster. The start kind of was a little slow, no?
Yeah.
Was it? Just yeah, it's weird how it does that, huh? Maybe it's because the fuel pump. Ready? Second time. I feel like it should be a little faster. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all battery held down. See? I'm starting to get worried it's not even going to start now. There it goes, it's done.
Yeah.
Battery's done.
Wow.
Wow, well that's pretty upsetting.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, especially because I don't have another battery, you know what I mean? I got some good news. Just left the dealership and we picked up our second battery. This actually regulates the voltage of the battery and the stator slash alternator. So it's called the regulator and it regulates voltage. So pretty self-explanatory, but I'm thinking that that is what caused the battery to overheat and shut off. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. This really is just one thing after another at this point. The gas tank dropped off of the bike and the spigot for the fuel pump snapped completely off. A new fuel pump is about 200 bucks. So, needless to say, this is getting expensive. Here's the fuel pump. I'm doing some snooping around, trying to figure this out, and I found something that's a little bit suspicious. So, underneath this relay type thing, there's these wires that go into the bottom. It's hard to see, but one of those wires looks a little scuffed. In the meantime, until I can get that fuel tank back, I'm gonna take this plug apart and we're gonna try to fix that wire right there. I might just cut it down lower and move this connector down a bit. I'm gonna go see what I have over on the bench. Here it is. Let's get this thing fixed up. Actually, I'm happy with how that came out. Alright, so it looks like it was gonna go in and it's gonna line up. So here we go. It's lining up. I have the meter on the battery and I've taken this thing like all apart, unplugged everything. I fixed a couple wires and we're gonna see if it fires up and if it overheats. Here we go. Starter's removed. It does seem to have some corrosion right there. And this was actually overheating and it wasn't starting. So I have this on the ground, and there we go. I have my meter in ohms. One lead is on the positive wire and one lead is on the engine casing. Well, I got some news for us. Here's the update. KTM was having a lot of problems with starting and running. As you guys saw, I recorded a lot of the troubleshooting. I had thought that we had problems with the wiring harness. I tried to diagnose it, couldn't figure it out, and ended up bringing it to the shop. My buddy Jeremiah over at Northeast Dirt Bike. I'll put his link down in the description. And he troubleshooted the bike over the course of the last couple weeks. Got some parts in. Ended up replacing the wiring harness and the electric start, which is right here. And supposedly, the thing fires right up. So I actually have not started it yet. So this is going to be the first time testing it out to see if it actually starts. So here we go. Let's make sure we're in neutral. All right, there we go. Supposedly it's fixed and it should start. So let's see. Hasn't started that nice in probably a year. It's good. Cool. Oh, yeah. New harness. All these wires are all new. All that's new. All this is new. All the way up to here. This main wire right here, all that looks good. KTM's finally fixed. It's been a solid month without riding. I've been struggling, but it's fixed. We're gonna take this thing for a test ride and see if we break down. Let's get it. Let's get this thing warmed up. There we go.
So boom, KTM's finally fixed. Shout out to Jeremiah at Northeast Dirt Bike. And here we are on a test ride. As you can see, I forgot how to ride a dirt bike and I immediately stalled while going into the woods. Kind of panicked for a second, thinking that maybe it wasn't fixed and it wasn't going to start. But she fired right back up and I was able to continue my test ride.
Stalled. Had a bit of a slow start, but keep an eye on it.
Here we are, just ripping some sand, testing out the KTM. This thing's running better than it has in probably the last year, like I was saying earlier. Super happy with how it's running, and I'm excited to do some more racing for the rest of the summer. So the races we have coming up is the Marshfield Fair Supercross, which is going to be very different for me. I've never done a Supercross or a motocross race, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then after that Supercross race, we'll be back to woods racing, Netra, P27, Day, all the usual things.
I still feel pretty good. I don't feel too rusty. Although I'm sure I'll be out of shape come the next race.
Got to get my cardio back to where it was before. I'm super out of shape. I haven't been training the way that I should have been, so I have a lot of work to do, but I'm super excited to get back racing and making videos for you guys, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you at the next race.
Well, ride went good. Sorry, Diddle. Yeah, bike feels good. I'm excited to have this thing back.